Hi, I'm Michael J. Lavery, the author of the book Whole Brain Power. I have a program called Whole Brain Golfer. If you click the link below this video, you get access to the free PDF file that we're offering to help you with your quest to become a better golfer. Today, I'm going to share with you a story about golfer Bryson DeChambeau. As of recent, Bryson DeChambeau is playing the best golf in the world. He's lighting the world on fire at the present time. And many people suspect that he could actually become #1 in the world. Let me tell you a story about how I did some brain coaching with Bryson, and that started back in 2015. I was hired by his agent to do some phone consulting with Bryson to help him with his ability to stay focused under pressure. My system works. I've worked with amateur golfers as well as professional golfers. You can research a gentleman named Robert Twine. He shot a 57 5 days after starting my Whole Brain Power system. So let me share some information with the golf world that Bryson isn't willing to share with us. So let's begin how this quest with Bryson DeChambeau using Whole Brain Power started. Now, Bryson's agent hired me to do the initial consulting call, which, believe it or not, lasted for 2.5 hours. So during that call, I got to learn much about Bryson's personality and his ability to stay focused. So I have these focus tests that you can read about in the Whole Brain Power system, and he did not pass those tests. Now, I explained to Bryson that my intention is not to make you feel as though you're a failure at your ability to focus, but I'm going to point out some focus problems that you have, and I'm going to ask you some questions about some of your habits. So I tested him with this game called the Buzz game, and he didn't pass it after 3 tries. Even though he's into mathematics and physics, he didn't stay focused at the game because this game requires short-term memory processing, and also you have to be anxiety-free in order to play it. So today, when you hear Bryson DeChambeau talk about proprioception, spatial intelligence, and the parasympathetic nervous system, and how he's using EEG technology, much of what he learned came from the Whole Brain Power system. So he teaches us to read the book called The Golfing Machine by Homer Kelly, published in 1969, I believe. But he's not encouraging us to find out about Whole Brain Power because he says that 90% of his information is proprietary. So I'm going to release some of that information to the golf world to help you out. Believe it or not, the system that I designed has much to do with becoming ambidextrous. Now ask yourself a fundamental question. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Now, think about this for a moment. If you're holding a golf club, this is a rubber mallet, by the way. I know you can discern that fact. But if you're holding a golf club, wouldn't you hold it with 2 hands that are coordinated? Now, how many hands are coordinated? And that's the question I asked Bryson. I said, what hand do you write with? Of course, he writes with his right hand. He's a right-hander. I said, what hand do you throw darts with? Again, right-handed. So I encouraged Bryson to follow the ambidextrous formula of the Whole Brain Power system, and he did it relentlessly. So do some research on Bryson. He signs his name, his signature, mirror image or backwards. He does it on autographs. He even signed the contract with Cobra, and he did it with his left hand and mirror image, and the CEO of that company was amazed by Bryson's skills. Bryson admits himself that this is not something he was born with, but this is something that he relentlessly practiced. He was even asked the question, what's your favorite hobby? And he said, my favorite hobby happens to be writing mirror image. Now, this is my handwriting. So I want you to take a look at this beautiful handwriting, this cursive handwriting. It's a system called perfect penmanship. Now, I do this writing. It's called Bristrophodon. And this is what I encourage Bryson to do. Write with either hand and go in alternating sweeps. This myelinates the brain. Now, you'll see on this video where I'm bouncing golf balls off of 4-pound sledgehammers, rubber mallets, and, believe it or not, on the round side of a ball peen hammer. My world record on this hammer here is 1,676 consecutive strikes. On my left hand, I can do it in excess of 300 times. So I'm a pen welder, and that's what I explain to people. Learn how to swing a golf club from the left side. If you go on the internet, you can plug in Bryson DeChambeau left-handed golf swing, and you can see how well he swings the club from the left side. Every golfer should be practicing hitting the golf ball from the opposite side of the ball. That includes your driver and 3-wood and 5-wood and your irons, and also your short stick called a putter. Now, when you do a little bit of research about my system, you'll know that many golfers are having tremendous success with it. So I made this video not in spite of Mr. Bryson DeChambeau. I made this video to share information that he should be sharing with us. So hopefully you'll do a little bit more investigation on some of the benefits of ambidexterity. You can even research how modern day surgeons are encouraged to do ambidextrous training so that they can provide surgery with ambidexterity that they normally can't do with a dominant right hand or a dominant left hand. Now, many of the research studies are suggesting that the right side of the brain has spatial intelligence that the left side doesn't have. That's why we write as Da Vinci used to write, in a mirror image format. So one of the suggestions that I'm making to you is to get yourself a journal and start to do penmanship training in a golf journal. Let me see if I have my golf journal here. Oh, I do. No. Here is a picture of Pebble Beach. So I'm writing left-handed mirror image. I'm writing about how I would play this hole. This is stimulating my imagination. So here is another picture of a golf hole out in Palm Springs. And again, I'm doing fine motor controls and I'm writing in either direction. Now here's a very interesting question I'm going to ask you, the golfer. When you're standing over a putt and you're right-handed, which side of the ball are you hitting? You're hitting the right side of the ball. And which way are you hitting it? You're hitting it to the left. Now, how often do you see from right to left? If you train yourself to write as DeChambeau's writing in a mirror image, and you do it with either hand. So I also do right-handed mirror image writing, left-handed forward writing, right-handed upside down writing. I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but it works. And if you look at some of the greatest golfers ever, they started out as natural lefties, but equipment wasn't available to them, so they had to play right-handed. And they say that Mo Norman was really a lefty. They say Ben Hogan was a lefty. They say Tiger Woods was actually a lefty, and his father Earl converted him to a righty. So if you want to get better at golf, I want you to really investigate this idea of training yourself to become a pen-walled ambidexter and practice what Bryson DeChambeau is doing, and you will definitely have better results on the golf course. Thanks for watching this video, and click the link below. Thank you.